I'm Melissa.
And I'm Mike.
Welcome back to the A&M podcast.
Here we are again.
So, whew, I just got back from a walk, and I am sorry, but I am like TMI, but I am sweating. It
Yeah,
is
it was
so humid
warm out.
outside. Like,
Yeah.
usually it's not like this. I'm like fanning myself. Sorry if that's annoying, but like, it's usually not like this in Florida at this time of the year.
Yeah, it's ooh. It's early.
Usually,
It's early for all this.
yeah,
I think
usually
they
in the
said
spring, it's like cool at night, like nice and cold. Like this is usually our bread and butter, as they say.
yeah.
But tonight it is so hot outside and like sticky and gross. There was like a cool breeze in like one direction that I was walking in, and then I turned streets, turned down the other street, going the opposite way.
Uh-huh.
And oh, it was so gross. I was like, if I could levitate
Uh
home, I would right now. This is disgusting.
yeah, we were up for a walk a little earlier too, and it was by the time I got back I was like, oh, I'm ready for my shower now because it was that
Yeah,
warm. Yeah,
gross.
I think the usual high is around 70-ish and
Mm-hmm.
we're in
I
the
believe
like
it.
the 80s, so it's hot.
Even tomorrow it said it was gonna be like a high of 88 or something. Like
Yeah, yeah,
which
almost
I
90.
think is like pretty whatever like for during the day, but usually like once the sun goes down around this time of year is when it's like cool. Like
Yeah.
borderline chilly.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
We were
anyways,
we were we were sitting out by the lake,
beautiful.
staring at the sunset, and
Yeah.
it's
Wow.
so great.
So nice.
Yeah.
But
Did you hear that?
no.
I hope that's not being recorded. There's like a loud, but probably a cell phone buzz from my phone. So I'm gonna move it over here.
Oh, I'm gonna move mine too, but I'm gonna need it. But yeah,
Yeah, it's the same. So we'll have to work that out.
I don't hear anything.
Okay, good. So hopefully it's not recorded, or if it's just recorded on my end, then I apologize to the people.
Yeah, I didn't hear anything, but anyway, so today, with all the things going on in the world, we like to lighten it up here at the A&M Podcast Studios. And that's exactly what we're going to do today, okay? Like
Yeah,
we're going to give you some news stories that you may not have heard about, and
yeah,
they're more positive than probably the ones that you have been hearing
more
about. So,
fun. I like to think of them as more fun than
more
maybe,
fun.
especially some of the things that we
So
usually
true.
talk. Although one of them, there's a bit of a tie-in to some things that we usually talk about. One of mine, anyway. So, would you like to go first?
I'll go first. Yes, yes, yes. I have a few. Yeah, I have a few. Um, okay. So I'm gonna save the title of my article until the end because it would give away my entire podcast uh topic. So my article comes from the Today Show. It's by Joseph Lemore. So Air Force veteran Charlie Hicks is committed to his routine. Every single day for a decade, the 78-year-old would drive his truck to the Shrimp Basket, which is a restaurant. It's a southern style seafood restaurant chain in Pensacola, Florida. Sounds like my kind of place. The Shrimp
What's the name of it?
Basket.
The
The Shrimp
Shrimp Basket.
Basket.
Okay. Sounds like it reminds me of the Chum Bucket from SpongeBob for some reason. But go ahead,
It's
continue.
not. Yeah, it sounds like a place I would love, actually. So there he would enjoy a late morning meal and oftentimes dinner too, always with a side of gumbo and a touch of rice. No crackers on the side. It's convenient, you know. It's everything. I feel like this is very 78-year-old esque of a story. Like goes to
Got
the
you.
same restaurant every morning,
Yeah.
late breakfast, sometimes dinner. Like, we are all picturing the same man. You know what I mean?
Right. Right. Kind of like
Um,
maybe a little bit the guy from Up is what's in my head. But go ahead.
yeah, so he said, everything I could ever want to eat is here, so I'm a regular, he told the today.com while at his favorite restaurant, seated at his favorite table. um, at his usual table. They
Okay.
practically see me the first thing every morning. They open at 11, and that's when I show up, he said. Old men just love to like matter of fact.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm here for that. Okay, so Donnell Stallworth, a chef at the Shrimp Basket, started working there before Hicks first showed up, and the pair struck up a friendship over the years. Hicks said, "At my age, I don't really mingle with any groups or make friends that easy," adding that he never married or had any children. I know he's a chef, but I'm usually sitting there by myself, so we have a good chat about every day. So Stallworth says that Hicks is a daily source of inspiration. Like most old people, I love talking to older people sometimes. You
Yeah.
know,
Even
sometimes they
me.
can,
Like,
yeah, exactly. I don't really think of you as an older person. You don't
oh,
really
thank you.
like, you don't
I
really
appreciate that.
go, no, because you're way younger. Like, you don't really go on about things like the way a
Yeah.
70-year-old, does.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Back in the day, I don't do many of the back in the day things.
Yeah, like I don't know how this podcast would go if you're once you're 78. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, it's gonna. Hopefully, we'll find out.
we plan on being here for the long haul, so, subscribe to our channel so that you can see what he's like at 78 if he's really going
That's
on
right.
about his favorite gumbo restaurant. So yeah, Stallworth says Hicks is a daily source of inspiration and wisdom. They became really good friends, but in early September, Hicks wasn't feeling well enough to commute to his favorite eatery. It's not funny. It's just funny that, old
Yeah,
people
see,
do
now I'm
tell.
worried about him. Now I'm
Yeah,
worried
yeah.
about him a little bit.
Yeah,
I
did
don't
I
know.
get the audience? So he asked staff if they would deliver meals to his house a few miles away. They obliged, and for a couple days, staff leader Denise Galloway would drop off Gumbo outside his door because he didn't want to get her sick. So on September 11th, Hicks fell in his home and couldn't move. Bad day.
Oh.
That's what, no life alert. Um, Hold on. Okay. Yeah, that's why,
You
you know, I
lost your
lost my
place
yeah,
in the.
yeah, I looked up
That's
and,
okay.
I lost myself.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
yeah, yeah, he had no life alert. That's why everybody needs a life alert after you get over a certain age, just in
Yeah.
case, or a cell phone or something. So meanwhile, Stelworth, the chef, he's at the restaurant and he's like, "What's going on?" Because he stopped hearing from him on his daily gumbo order. Um,
Which would send me into a panic if I was that person. I'd be like, uh
oh
oh.
yeah, he definitely was panicking for sure.
Yeah.
So hold on. Okay, so he's like, I gotta go check. I gotta then he gets the address from Denise, who was delivering his gumbo every day.
Oh, okay.
And hold on. Okay. So he's knocking at the door and no one's answering, and then he hears like a crying in the distance, crying for help in the
Oh
distance.
boy.
And
Wait, I
luckily,
thought these were supposed to be like happy stories.
it gets happy.
Okay. Okay.
So, yeah, he hears a crying for help in the distance, and luckily the door was opened. It was unlocked. Oh my God. I just feel like that's such an older person thing to do as well. It's just like that's from that time back in the day.
Huh?
That's just how things were. Like you left the door unlocked. But also I leave my door unlocked sometimes as well. I
Yeah.
forget to lock
I was
it.
gonna say like we'll leave this one unlocked, the front door here, and
You
then
do
people
leave
you
your
got
door unlocked.
you guys will come here and you'll be like, why
I'll
is your
be
door unlocked? What's wrong with you?
I'll be more surprised when it's locked, honestly. Like I always try to just go right in. And when I
Yeah. See.
can't, I'm like gotta put in the code. That's annoying.
Are they home?
I'll leave the door unlocked here, and then like Adrian from like wherever he's at, usually work, he'll like check and see that it's unlocked, and
Yeah.
I'll just hear it locking, and that freaks me out because I'll think
Yeah,
it's locked, and I'm like,
that
is
would
someone
freak
trying to
me
get
out.
in? Is someone trying to break
Yeah.
in? So, anyways,
Yeah.
his door was unlocked, so yeah, he was able to save Hick's life, and I believe they gave away. Where is it? I lost my placing. I lost my placing, but I did read the story ahead of time. So because he ended up saving Hick's life, they ended up giving gumbo away to because it was his favorite meal. They ended up giving gumbo away to like the first 100 people or something like that.
Oh, that's nice.
Isn't that sweet?
That's nice. Yeah, it sounds
That's the
like it could just be
benefit.
a kind of just sounds like it could just be a marketing story for the restaurant though too, you know?
It's
Like no, that's
no.
adorable. That's adorable. I
That is
like
the
that one.
benefit of being a regular at a restaurant. The title
Right?
to this story also was 78-year-old eats gumbo at the restaurant every day. When he didn't show, the chef saved his life. So that's why I didn't read the
Wow.
title.
Yeah,
Because
that's sounds like
that,
the chef was like a superhero or something.
yeah, so that's why I did not read the title
Yeah.
first because what would be the
It
fun of
would
my
it's
article?
the whole story. Yeah.
It's
Well,
the
now,
entire.
I'm going to follow suit because that would give away my story.
Now I feel like I said too much honestly in my story because the
Yeah.
the short term people, yeah. So anyways,
Yeah, well. Hey, listen longer.
love him. Shout out to the
Yeah,
gumbo.
that's great. That's great. Gumbo saved his life.
It
If you
did.
think about it. Okay, mine is a Cincinnati woman who's lived in her apartment for less than a month. Said a raccoon has been using a hole in the roof to invade her home every day for over a week. Now, first of all, you just moved in and there's a hole in the roof, so
Red flag.
do something about that. Like
Yeah, that's a
that's the
red
first
flag.
problem with
Yeah,
the
yeah,
story.
yeah.
It has the name, which I'm not going to say. Said she, although it's in the story, so I could, but did you give the name of your guy?
I did give names. Yes, I
Okay.
gave names.
Well, then Alexis Hubbard said she first started hearing unusual noises in her ceiling on February 20 and said March 1st. So this is very recent, by the way. She
Love that.
captured video of an intruding raccoon entering her Westwood apartment through a hole in a kitchen cupboard. Well, now the other thing said a hole in the roof. I don't know.
He
Hole
found
in a
his
kitchen
way.
cupboard, though. Like, that's really weird. She
Sounds
said the
like sounds
raccoon.
like a raccoon was there previously and paved the
That's what.
path for future raccoons, in my
Yeah, I'm
opinion.
thinking. Yeah, I'm thinking like. I'm
Raccoon's
thinking.
been invading that house.
Yeah, he's been there for a while. He might have been a pet at one. I bet the people who lived there before were feeding him, and he was like,
Yeah.
"Where's my food?"
Yeah,
She said the
he's been
raccoon
there.
has been entering the home uh, every day, often bringing trash from outside and leaving its bodily waste in the living room. Ooh, he's not. I mean, the waste from outside, you could say, oh, he's bringing gifts, but leaving the
No,
bodily waste is not cool.
that's not.
She said the animal is apparently getting into the building through a hole in the roof. See, I don't understand a hole in the roof or a hole in the cupboard. It's one of the
He's
two.
getting in through the roof, but then she's finding him in the cupboard. So he's
Oh, okay,
burrowing. He's burrowing.
got you. Okay. Hubbard said she's especially concerned for her son who has cerebral palsy. Well, that's concerning.
That's yeah.
Uh,
That's an
his
extra.
main method for transportation is crawling. That's the son, not the raccoon.
No,
He,
that's not right.
yeah, yeah. No, she's saying that's her son because he has cerebral palsy. So she's worried about the biohazards on the floor, which I can totally understand. Like, you know,
Oh, right, right,
raccoon
right.
poop. Uh, Authorities in Virginia recently identified another raccoon as the perpetrator of a string of break-ins at a strip mall. So it's a whole, they wear those masks for a reason, guys.
It's a
I mean,
gang
come
of
on.
raccoons. Yeah, it's a gang
Yeah,
of raccoons at this
it
point.
is.
It's an invasion.
It's a raccoon underworld.
Yeah,
Bath.
it,
Oh, it's an
it
ABC
is.
liquor. It broke into an ABC liquor on Black Friday last year.
Oh my
So
goodness. Yeah,
that
they're
raccoon
wild.
knows what's up. Yeah.
Yeah, they're crazy.
So watch for the break-ins of the raccoons. The house we live in. I'm going to tell this is one of those old people stories. Here we go. The house that we live in. I don't think we've talked about this before, but it was owned by a friend of ours before we bought it, and she used to have a cat door going out into the garage
Mm-hmm.
because they had a cat that was inside and outside. So one day she came home and there was a possum inside the house.
I would freak out. What do
Yeah,
I
it
do?
was. Yeah, well, she called us for help, and we lived up the road, so we came up, and I had one of the least proud moments of my life as an adult male, where it was this possum had gotten behind the refrigerator in the kitchen, and he was kind of just hiding back there. So I have to
Oh,
think
he
we
was
did something to try to. He was
scared.
scared. Oh yeah, he was definitely scared. So I forget what had happened that we were we trying to like scare him out, but get him to go back out the cat door or what. But he jumped out and went running in my direction, and I did a vertical leap that I don't think my body has the ability to do, and jumped up on top of the counter to get away from him. So not a proud moment for myself as an adult male. But yeah, but then they called like animal control or one of those critter control, one of those guys. And the guy came and caught it. It was a baby one. It was a little one.
Oh my
And
goodness.
but I didn't know that at the time. I just knew that this thing was running. And do you know, fun fact about possums, they do not carry rabies.
Good to know.
Yeah,
They're
so
kind of
they
not. They're
bite
not.
you, you can't get rabies.
It'll just hurt. Well, that's usually, you know what? That's usually never a thought on me. I just don't want to get bitten, period. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
that's very
obviously, rabies
very
adds
good
like an
point.
extra annoyance to it, but I
Yeah.
definitely don't want to get bitten, just period.
No, no.
You know?
Especially by I don't know, I guess they're
By
marsupials.
anything.
I think they're marsupials. I don't think they're rodents. I think they're marsupials. I'm not
What it's,
what is it?
what,
Entomologist? Is that it?
yeah, I don't
So I
know. I
don't
don't
know.
know anything about that.
But that's my story. Raccoons are breaking in everywhere.
What's the
That's why they
title
wear
of
the
it?
masks.
What's
The
your
title
title?
of it, the title was Raccoon Burglar Repeatedly Breaks into Apartment. So, yeah. And he was wearing a
Wow.
mask the whole time.
He was okay, hold on, because my article that I had, maybe I had it on a different page. Okay. So I guess I'll just save the title because I didn't okay, here we go. Yeah, I'm gonna save the title for this one to the last as well because I don't want to give any spoilers away.
Yeah.
Okay, so a beautiful amphibian is being introduced to the wetlands around Australia's capital after suffering a population collapse due to the chytrid fungus. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. So it's called the green and golden bell frog. These animals were bred in captivity and will be released in groups of 15 into ponds and wetlands, having been immunized.
Immunized or immunized is how we pronounce that one.
That's what I was thinking. Against a disease caused by the fungus. So basically,
Wow.
frogs were about to be extinct, you guys.
Well, just those ones.
Just
Just those
those ones.
specific ones. Because we got tons of frogs around here.
So they have been mercifully spared from such fate, and scientists working at the University of Canberra, which I believe is on in Australia, to
Hmm.
restore them to the wild. And okay, so they said it's like watching your children move out of the house for the first time, which I
Wow.
feel like, is probably
That I don't know. That sounds like somebody who doesn't really have any children saying that. Like,
oh no. They
you
just
know,
they just developed an attachment to the frogs. I get it. We all
that's
have our
no,
thing.
I get that too. It's I get having an attachment, but I just assume that somebody that would say that about releasing frogs into the wild probably doesn't have any children. No
Yeah.
judgment. Well, I guess that's
So
by definition is judgment.
associate professor Simon Koldov said it was quite incredible for as far as we're aware, it went extinct by about 1981. Which I think that's pretty cool actually when like you think something went extinct and then like, you find it later, you find like one stray one
Yeah.
later. Because I always thought like even to say something is extinct, like I saw a post one time that even was
Yeah.
like, did
Did
you
you
look
look everywhere?
everywhere?
Yeah,
Yeah, like how do
that's
you
true.
know it's extinct? Like he could
Like
literally be hiding like underground.
certain animals we know, like woolly mammoths, we know they're gone. They're too big to be hiding somewhere. They're trying to bring those back, but
Maybe. Yeah. Oh, I had heard that because
yeah,
it's like a breed of two animals technically, isn't it, or something like
yeah.
that? Like they
Well,
can use
they're very closely related to
like they share DNA.
elephants, obviously. Yeah,
Yeah.
so they and I think it's the whole Jurassic Park thing. You know, they got some of their DNA from like a mosquito that had been fossilized, and you know, I don't know if it has something to do with them being like frozen in lava or something like that. That they actually the blood that the mosquito would have stung them and gotten out of them. Actually, they're able to get the DNA,
Yeah,
and
that's
then they
crazy.
combine it with I guess elephant DNA where they have to
Yeah,
crazy stuff.
that is crazy. We love science here at the A&M Podcast
Yeah.
Studios. So ACT stands for Australian Capital Territory, the special administrative zone around Canberra. So basically, they are redeveloping these frogs through frog saunas and spas.
Oh wow.
180 frog saunas have been installed around the ponds where over 300 captive bred frogs will be released. Each female can produce around 8,000 eggs in a single mating season. So, while the
Wow.
population is predicted to proliferate rapidly, the offspring will not be immune um to the fungus.
Ah, wow.
So, yeah, for them, the saunas should
So
help.
they'll just all die again
Yes,
because
it's
of the fungus. Wow,
no,
that seems
no,
pointless.
they're, it says they're immune. The offspring will,
I thought
no,
you
will
said they.
not be immune. Yeah, it will not be
Okay,
immune.
yeah.
Yeah, okay,
Well,
well,
my other, but aren't they going to cause like
but there's enough of them,
are,
so as long as they stay
aren't
away from
they
the fungus.
with that kind of thing though? I'm always like, but aren't you messing with like the, you know what I mean? It's like when somebody like these stupid people in Florida that had the pythons as pets, and then they were like, I don't want a python as a pet anymore, so they released them
Oh,
in the
yeah,
wild, and
like
now we have
messes.
an overabundance of an invasive species in Florida. So every year they have
Oh,
to have these
yeah,
hunts for pythons, and it's like,
it's crazy.
or you could not, you could just let nature be nature,
True, I didn't
and
think of
let
that.
it run its course. It's like it's the same thing with the iguanas. Iguanas are not native to Florida.
Oh, really?
They're here, yeah, they're here because people had them as pets and released them, and they got
What?
into the wild and reproduced, and yeah, now
Now they're in
we
Key
have
West.
they're also an invasive species in Florida, so it's wild. In the
That's
Key, have
crazy.
you been to the Keys?
Have not. I didn't go with you
No. The
guys.
craziest thing that we saw in the Keys was there are just wild chickens that run around everywhere.
You
Like
know,
we
they
were in a
also
park.
have that in Tampa, though, in Ybor City.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. I remember
Like,
that.
that's always crazy. Like, you're just driving, trying to drive down a street, and like a chicken
Yeah.
is crossing the road. I
and
don't know why,
and
though.
we and we don't know why. Um, no, you know what the oddest experience is though. You're in a Publix parking lot and there's chickens running around, and then you smell the fried chicken from Publix. Because
Oh,
you always get
yeah.
that, and it made me a little sad.
Yeah, that has to be tough to be a chicken.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Also,
Um,
it made me a little concerned about buying one of those rotisserie chickens because it might have been one of the ones out in the parking lot the day before or something.
no way are
I
they
don't know
that
if I trust
fresh.
it. Yeah,
I would
that's
like
true.
to, no, I'm not even gonna say that.
Scary.
I don't want to chase away the vegans that watch us.
Yeah.
Um, Anyway, so yeah, the goal is to quickly reach around 200 of these frogs at each of the 15 ponds and just,
Mm.
populate from there. Because then,
I
I
feel
mean, as
I
long as
feel
they
like
stay in the ponds, they like the pond. So
mm,
30 degrees Celsius, which is 88 degrees Fahrenheit, um, the frogs have clung on to the isolated pools where the water contains like a little salty. Yeah, I don't know.
So here's my thing, though. I
The
feel like
frog
in five
spas.
years, I feel like in 5 years, we're going to be hearing about an overpopulation of those frogs and what it did to the ecosystem there. You know, that the whatever
In
bugs they
Australia?
eat, now some other animal that usually eats those bugs, are starving to death because the frogs are eating all. I feel like that's what's going to happen.
Yeah, so, I mean, good luck to
Let's
them.
see.
Hopefully.
Put a bookmark in that one. We're
They
checking it in
sure
5 years.
they sure do look cute. The title is Frog Wiped Out by Disease Returns to the Wild with the Help of Frog Spas and Frog Saunas.
Frog spas. That
These
sounds
titles,
incredible.
I think right. I think these titles are a little too descriptive though. Like I would read
Yeah.
that title as a millennial and I would know all I need to know. You know what I mean?
Yeah. TLDR.
Like,
You
okay.
got the title and you just read the title. You're good to go.
Yeah, and I'm
Yeah.
good.
By the way, my stories are the exact same way. Um, so my next one, I'll read you the
When
story.
did titles get so descriptive?
Right? Like, where's the like? You're supposed to build the drama. You know, a
Right.
cat missing from her owner's home in Ireland for 2 weeks was found trapped inside a wall and rescued by firefighters. A Cork City Fire Brigade said on social media that at 4 a.m. a call came in recently from a Cork home where the missing cat was heard crying for help inside the wall. How do you get inside the wall? Maybe this will tell us.
Oh.
Firefighters used thermal imaging cameras, that's pretty cool, to pinpoint the feline's position and made a hole in the wall to extract the pet who had been missing for 2 weeks. That's good because, like, the last thing you want is somebody just guessing and going in with a hammer and, trying to
So he
break the
was
hole in the right
missing for
spot.
2 weeks. He was stuck in that wall. Is that what that is saying?
Uh, that's what it's saying, which to me he'd be like, I
Oh
mean,
my
maybe there was
gosh.
mice in the wall for him to eat or something. I don't know.
I don't
Uh,
know. Yeah, because the cats like here, they act like they're literally about on the verge of famishing after
yeah.
like a night of no eating.
Yeah,
Like,
not our problem here is how he gets lonely. So like he was I was in here and everybody else was in other rooms of the house. Nobody was in the main area of the house and he was just meowing because he couldn't find any people. So that would be the problem with him is he'd be like, "Where are all the people?" It says we're delighted to
oh,
report she was removed and safely reunited with her relieved and happy owners. So what are your thoughts on that?
I love a good reunitation story.
Yeah.
Is that a word?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think of what the word should be.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's just go with
Reuniting
that.
story. I love a good
Yeah.
reuniting story.
A
No, I really
story
do. I
of,
love those
yeah.
stories. They get me if I'm in the right like mindset and mood, like they will get me emotional. Oh my gosh, a
Well,
reuniting
we
story like with the dogs that
a
run up to
pet.
their
Yeah.
owners. Oh my gosh. I
Oh, the ones where they
assume
travel across the country to find their owners. Those ones are great too.
so
Like,
sweet. I can only
yeah.
hope that like Maple would feel that way about me. Like I think she
Yeah.
really would because I
That's,
really do feel
yeah.
like she loves me that much.
Yeah. Yeah. I have a dog at my feet that I feel like would be that way too. But,
Like,
but we had that kind of situation with our cat back in the day, Simba. You remember he was gone for like
oh yeah.
it was a couple days. Like, and we thought, should I tell the story about how we
Yeah,
thought?
go for it.
Yeah, we were out looking for him, and we went for a ride around our area, and we lived in a very rural area at that time. And bless you.
Thank you.
And as we were driving up kind of a main highway area, I saw something that looked like gray fur, and he was a gray tabby on the side of the road, and kids were young. You guys were all young back then, so I didn't want to say anything too big, but drove back to the house, which wasn't that far, and you know told your mom, I think I saw him there on the side of the road. I'm gonna get a shovel and a box and go up and get him, and because it had
Prepare
been, I feel like
prepare
it
the
had been a week.
funeral snacks, Mom.
Yeah, funeral snacks. We need something to distract the kids from this. And I got up there and I found that the deceased animal was a squirrel. And I did not bury the squirrel
I was gonna
because
say, so we had a
no.
funeral for him just because,
Yeah.
like,
No, I did not bury the squirrel because the circle of life, and I know there would have been some probably a vulture or something that was going to come over later and find him, and that was going to be his meal.
crazy,
So
crazy.
yeah, and the title of that one was continuing our trend of very descriptive titles. Cat missing for 2 weeks, found trapped inside wall. See, the problem with that is it gives you the whole
The
story
whole
in the
story.
like. I don't
That's what
need
I'm
to read the
saying.
story.
That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying. It makes me feel like I'm saying too much. Like, I've been told that I'm a little long-winded sometimes, but like, come on.
yeah,
Like, too much of a summary. Okay? Like, nobody asked for that.
yeah.
Okay, so this is my last article that I have. Okay, so a rescued rhino calf recently experienced a joyful milestone when it was able to run outside for the first time after being rehabilitated in a wildlife sanctuary. I love seeing baby wildlife animals in like these little sanctuaries. Like I remember me and
Yeah,
mom used to watch those ones where it would be like they had a lion or something or a cheetah and the little baby cheetahs, oh my gosh, like
yeah.
let me have one. The young rhino had been rescued after losing its mother and was cared for by wildlife specialists who helped nurse it back to health. So sad.
Wow.
For weeks, the calf was monitored closely while it grew stronger under the care of its rescuers. When caretakers finally allowed the calf to explore an outdoor space, it burst into energetic zoomies.
Oh,
I would start crying right there.
yeah.
Sprinting and bouncing around the grass with excitement, the playful run showed that the calf was feeling healthy and comfortable in its surroundings. Caregivers said the moment was an encouraging sign for the animal's recovery is progressing well. The heartwarming scene was captured on video and shared online, where it quickly gained attention from viewers. Wildlife experts hope moments like this raise awareness about the importance of rescuing and protecting rhinos, which are often orphaned because of poaching and other threats.
Yeah, and it's crazy because they tell you
So
about that the
sweet.
poaching stuff on when you go on the safari at Animal Kingdom,
Oh
and they
yeah.
said like they poach them for like the horns, but the
Yeah.
horns are basically made of the same material that your fingernails are made of. So why is it even valuable? It's
Oh
weird,
yeah. And there's also a video, but oh so
very weird.
sweet. And
Yeah.
the title to this one was Full on Zoomies as rescued rhino calf takes his very first run outdoors. I love when the
Oh,
cats get zoomies. So like a little
yeah,
rhino just so happy and
yeah.
getting
I know,
zoomies is
I know.
real
I
exciting.
feel like if there's a video to that, I need to find it
There is, yeah.
and I
I'll
need to
send it
see
to
it.
you. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's adorable.
So my last one is kind of a two-part one because it's part of the same story, but the first part of it, the part of it that I really want to talk about is about UFOs because we love UFOs.
We love that.
Um, but the first part of it is so strange to me because it says misbehaving mystics found their way into the news this past week by way of two separate cases. First, a TikTok tarot reader, I didn't even know that was a thing, was ordered to pay a
Oh, they're a thing.
staggering $10 million in damages to a college professor whom she had repeatedly accused of being behind the 2022 University of Idaho quadruple murder.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
Did
yeah.
this just cross over into True Crime Thursdays?
Right? That's I saw that story and I'm
Is
like,
this our
wow, that's like
crossover?
right up our alley. Also
Crazy.
though, we got to be careful because yeah, one
Allegedly.
can only hope that the judgment will serve as a lesson to online sleuths and true crime content creators
Oh,
who are often quick to speculate about suspects.
that's true. They are. Not us, though.
Yeah. Yeah. So
We wait for the
that
trial
one.
to come out.
Yeah, that's true. For the most part.
We
For the
wait
most
for a
part. I mean, except
verdict.
we don't, we did do Nancy Guthrie story and that's still in flight.
I haven't heard anything about that
Uh
yet.
let's see. That's not the one. There's this has like three different stories, and one of them I'm skipping. But yeah, so I guess this past week, three particular pictures featuring puzzling, and I'll add the pictures in here somewhere. Um, puzzling aerial anomalies. Woo, aerial anomalies caught our eye this past week. A
Now knowing
British
the word you were
family.
looking for.
I know.
Phenomenally.
Spell it. No,
Stop.
first, a British family checking their vacation photos was left scratching their heads when they spotted a bizarre gray shape soaring through the sky behind them in one of the images. And what they show, I mean, it's a flying saucer. It's there's no question.
Crazy.
It's a flying saucer. Now, the problem with AI today is I don't
You
trust
never
anything.
know.
So if it's really from their photos, it's definitely a flying saucer.
I gotta
But it
see
said,
the info on it, like how you
yeah,
can go to the photo and like
yeah, exactly. The metadata. Um,
metadata.
later in the week, NASA's Curiosity rover got in on the act when it snapped a picture of the Martian horizon and seemingly captured a UFO over the terrain. And I will insert pictures of these. That one, it's a flying saucer. It's definitely again. Now the story behind that one, they're saying that well, it's just that's a glitch in the photo and the way they transmit the photos from the rover, and that it's like just a it's it's just a glitch in the way the photos are sent back, which could very well be the case. But it looks like a flying saucer.
That's funny.
Um, and then finally, a British man revealed a pair of photos of what he claimed was a flying saucer. This one's the funny one. A flying saucer hovering over the river just before just before vanishing with a mysterious pop that leaves one to suspect that it may have been a balloon. Like,
Oh, he was looking
yeah,
at something
probably,
else. He was seeing something
yeah,
else.
yeah. I
He
think he
tried to
was.
hop
I
on
think
that
he was.
train. Bless his
Yeah, he
heart.
was like, "There's a UFO pop. Where'd it go?"
Oh.
Yeah. That was my favorite one. The other two
Oh.
though, like I will put the pictures here somewhere, and yeah, they're definitely flying
Oh my God.
saucers. They're definitely flying saucers. I'm waiting. You okay? Do I
Sorry.
need to mute you?
Yeah,
No.
no, it's okay. It'll cancel out later.
I'm I'm waiting for because the government's supposed to be releasing a bunch of stuff on UFOs. I mean, they're a little busy right now. You know,
You're a little
what with
busy.
us
Yeah.
being, but yeah, they're supposed
Hmm.
to release all the stuff we have on UFOs. So I'm anxious to hear what it is and if it
Mm.
includes anything about because it kind of makes sense though if you think about it that if UFOs are coming from somewhere else and they're coming to Earth, they might pass by Mars. They might
Imagine
be
them
like,
being like, haha, nothing. Like it's just a sticky note that says like
yeah,
nothing.
what do you mean?
And NA, like when they release the photos, it's just like
Oh, yeah, yeah, right.
that would be funny.
That would be funny. No, but like, it makes sense that if they're flying to here, they might go past Mars, because they might, I don't know, detect the movement of the Mars rovers driving around. They're like, oh, there's people on that planet, and then it's just little robots going around, and they're like, oh, it's like Wally.
That's kind of crazy though. That would be kind of
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah, yeah. So, yeah, I'll put those pictures in. The viewers can judge for themselves. This well, I guess up until now it hasn't been a video episode requirement, but this will make it a required video
If you
episode.
care, it will
Right.
be.
If you made it
You'll
this far, you care, though.
you'll head over to our YouTube. Yeah, true.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Have you ever
that's my
thought you
last one.
saw a UFO?
Yes. When I was a kid, yes, there was one time we saw something that it moved across the sky, the horizon very fast, like very fast, and in a very straight line. So it wasn't like it
What?
wasn't like something like a meteorite or something like that. Because I've seen meteor showers too. I know what
Same.
those look like.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, it moved very fast across the horizon. Yeah,
What? You know, even if I saw one, I probably wouldn't even think anything of it.
Yeah.
It's always hard for me to even catch a meteor shower, like a flying
Yeah.
star.
So I mean, it's after dark. It's late when there's.
But also, like, okay, so that when you were a kid, so that was so long ago. No offense.
Yeah.
And that was so long ago.
Like the
Like,
dinosaurs were still on the planet. What was it like
like,
growing up around
were you
dinosaurs?
watching it like with George Washington or like,
Yeah.
no?
Yeah.
But why, the UFOs that I see nowadays are very similar to the ones that like you were probably seeing when you were a kid. I mean, wouldn't they update if their technology was that great? Like, wouldn't
I
they
mean, if the
update their
saucers work,
technology?
if the saucer's working for them, why would you change?
I don't know. I mean, we changed the
I always
spaceships a
wondered
little
about
bit.
that though, like the saucer shape. Like, I mean, a frisbee
No,
flies really well, so
does
maybe
fly really
that's
well. Oh, that's true. That's where it
and
came
with
from.
no propulsion. Well, I throw it.
Uh,
That's the propulsion is I throw it and it
and we
flies
don't know how they
pretty
start
well.
out. We just know how they
Yeah,
float when they
yeah,
get here. Yeah, we don't
yeah.
know much.
Would be interested though. Would be
Yeah,
interesting. There are theories that like the UFOs though, or the UFOs. Uh, if there are spaceships coming here like that, that
true.
they could be not from another planet in our universe, but a different dimension or a different time, like the future.
Yeah.
Obviously, it'd be the future. I don't know why I had to specify a different time, like maybe the past. uh,
True. That's funny. Anyways,
all right.
hope you guys
Well,
liked our news stories today. I feel like we stayed on the same. It's funny because like we didn't share our news stories beforehand. So,
yeah.
but it's funny that we stayed kind of on the same like,
Wavelength or yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
you
Yeah, good
passed.
job. We did our own independent show prep, which is new for
Yeah,
us.
it is.
And and it all worked out. So that's good.
It did. That's funny. Good
All
teamwork.
right.
You passed the
Yeah.
as they
High
say, the
five.
vibe check. Yeah,
Yeah.
vibe.
All
So,
right.
anyways, guys, now that we got your spirits up, get ready for us to bring them down a little bit on
Yeah.
Thursday for True Crime Thursday.
Yeah. Yeah. We know what we're doing, I think. So
Yeah.
check it out.
It's an old
I
one,
got
so if you think you
yeah.
can guess it, stay tuned and see if you're right.
Yeah. If you think you know what, if you think you know what case we're gonna do, comment on
Yeah.
this video because you can't comment on that one until it's out and then you'll already know. So
Yeah,
comment on
true.
this video what one you think we're gonna do.
Bye,
All right.
everybody.